and all of them are relevant, but I only just picked 3. Time's going to limit us anyway. Some people just keep picking the wrong person and keep coming back to that same type of relationship without taking the time in between to actually figure out what's going on for them and why are they picking the wrong person. And the little script just says, love is not just about finding the right person, but creating a right relationship. And that's where your common values come into place too. What it is that you share, what it is that you like to do together, what your values are around relationship and how to be in a relationship, what your values are around family and how to be a part of a family, what your relationship can be is really what that's about. And having a common ground on that. So really important right from the get-go. How are we going to build this relationship? What is this relationship going to look like? And when I'm working with couples, whether that's in my counselling environment or whether I'm doing a workshop with couples, one of the first things I get them to actually do is to have a conversation about how they want their relationship to be and to even draw it. Because a lot of people don't even have the conversation, let alone actually concreting that in some form that they can both refer to as their guide for how their relationship is going to be. Okay, so this is the story of Kate. Kate is a fairly typical client of mine who's probably in her mid-30s, who does find herself in and out of relationships on a fairly regular basis, and every time she says goodbye to another relationship, it's like, oh, here I go again. What happened and why did I get to this place again? So Kate is looking a little despairing here as this very suave-looking gentleman comes up and says, "Hi there, Kate, how you doing?" So what are you thinking, Mr. Right or Mr. Wrong?
Mr. One Night Stand.
What was that?
Mr. One Night Stand.
Mr. One Night Stand. Yeah. There's no commonality there. Okay. So, Mr. Right or Mr. Wrong. And sometimes we can't know that on that first date. But I think sometimes we just don't use our intuition. Sometimes I think we're so hungry for a relationship, so desperate to find a relationship, that we, sort of tend to look at the world through what we call like rose-coloured glasses and see only what we really want to see. By the way, it's a fluke of nature that in the first instance that we probably only do see what we want to see, especially when we're really seeking a relationship and we really want to be in a relationship, that we will see everything that we want to see and nothing that we maybe should be seeing. And it is a fluke of nature, because maybe if we actually saw the truth right from the very beginning, we'd never go into that relationship in the first place, because we could see what was going to happen ahead. And it will happen to every relationship. The honeymoon period will end, and you will come to a place where you've really got to make a decision about whether or not you want to be in this relationship with this person or not. Okay, big decision to make. So in the first instance, often all we do see is what we want to see, and we don't always ask ourselves the question, is this actually Mr. Right or Mr. Wrong? Right or wrong? Does anybody know who these are? Do you know who they are?
The Piano Man.
Jeffrey Edelston and Gabby Gabby Greco. Okay. Supposedly the love of his life, certainly the new love in his life. Right or wrong? Time might tell. And I like this. I actually saw this, not this exact, this is not my photo, but I saw this the other day and I had to have a real giggle, and I found this photo on the internet. And it's almost like, is there a difference, or is there a better way to be? Is it to be more different from each other, or is it to be more similar to each other? And I have a little sort of adage that says, often it will be the differences that will attract us to each other. It's a natural response. We are looking for our other half. But if we don't ever step closer to the other, we will often lose each other. So my little adage says, while it might be the differences that will keep us together, while it is the differences that will attract us to each other in the first instance, it will often be the similarities that will keep us together for the long term. But you don't want to be too similar, because if you get too similar, then you actually can get boring. Okay, so it's like, okay, how do I embrace the differences? How do I learn what it is that I need to acquire in terms of my own character development, my own personal development? What things can I learn from my partner that would actually help me with that? And what things do we need to keep different from each other in order to be able to still have some excitement in our relationship? So, you know, the ultimate relationship actually might be where we spend time together sharing the things that we enjoy doing and the things that we have things that we have that are compatible with each other and similar to each other, and having still enough excitement in it to be able to have some energy in that relationship to continue the journey and to keep looking for something more.